Yo, what up? This is your boy Trey, Animation Station, and this is my review of Hunter x Hunter, episode 103, titled Check and Mate. Okay, so leaving off where we stopped off last time, the king is actually playing a game called Gungi now, and he's meeting his next champion he's about to face, which is a little girl. And this snot-filled little girl, blind little girl, who's crippled too. It's going to be giving the king some trouble during this episode, indeed. And we see Meruem and him trying to decide whether he wants to showcase his abilities and expose himself to Gong's friends, which he doesn't know if he could trust or not. And we look at Morel and Nove and what they're going through in the city. So let's talk about Meruem, Gong first. Meruem's over there. He's observing the situation, trying to figure out what's going on. And at first he's like, nah, this guy, he looks a little rough. He looks like a gangster. And this other guy, he has no eyebrows. People with eyebrows can't be trusted. That's probably true. Unless they're a cancer survivor. Then yeah, of course they're not going to have no eyebrows. But then we get the animals involved, and we see that Knuckle. He sees that Knuckle has a softer side, and he actually ends up tearing up too. So looks like he's going to eventually come to that side. All you got to do is watch him a little bit longer, and he'll see that they're good people that he can trust too. And back in the city of Pajiman, and we learn about more about Morel and his nin powers. And Morel is able to create a nin puppet using one of his abilities. Basically, it's a smoke nin puppet that he can control, and he can sense. He's able to make up to 216 of these, so that's quite a bit. Right now, he's just making 50 to put around the city, so they could be a little stronger and everything. And I guess sense the danger that's about to go down. And he's hoping that the king is actually a very predictable, so he can go ahead and plan his move, and so they can actually win this battle. But as it turns out, the king is not as predictable as they think. Well, he's actually not the one calling the shots right now. Neferpitou is the one that's really in charge. Shiupuff is the one that's training these soldiers. And the red guy with the wings, he's the doorman. He's the bouncer. Yeah, he comes in with the mail. So he doesn't really have a real duty right now. And speaking on this ability, it's called Deep Purple. And Deep Purple is actually unsuccessful because Cheetu and Liolo is able to infiltrate the city no problem. And his puppets didn't tell him about that, so he was caught off guard by that. But they are stronger, so maybe they're able to get past it. So Cheetu has clearly been involved in some training. He has learned some new abilities, and he showcased them from the get-go. Just like I predicted, he's able to bend maybe not time, but space. And he's able to transport Morel to his own private little dimension where he has a condition that has to be met in order for Morel to get out and survive. And the condition is she has to catch him. He has to touch him. So basically, we have a kitty who wants to play tag. Yeah, we got a kitty who wants to play tag. And seeing that this condition is going to be impossible to do normally, Morel actually takes a step back and realizes that he needs to, instead of playing a game of tag, turn this to a game of the mind. This is going to be a waiting game, actually messing with Cheetu's nerves, make him get him off his game, and then he can grab him and touch him and get up out of there. But he still has his Deep Purple activated, which is actually draining a lot of his energy right now. So he's actually at a disadvantage, and he doesn't want to deactivate it because if for some instance he can't get his powers back, like it can't reach into this area of space that Cheetu has created, then he's going to be weaker and he can't activate it again for quite some time. So that sucks. But with him taking this nap, because he decides to take a 5-hour nap, hopefully he gets all the power back that he needs in order to take Cheetu out or bust this barrier open like he wanted to do in the first place. And Flutter is still flying about, the ultimate stalker out there. And this guy, he has found Nove is just running around the city. And Liolo, he doesn't want to expose his power yet, so I guess that's a big secret what Liolo's power is. And we learned that Heron is who is Liolo's general, is the one that is the nin exerciser. She's the one that's taking the nin off of Cheetu, because Cheetu had the Chapter 7 bankruptcy on him, and then when Morel encountered him, he's trying to figure out like what the hell's going on. If they have a nin exerciser on their side, it could be a lot difficult to take out the king than they planned. Because like one of the options to take out the king was to yet, I guess, Knuckle used his Chapter 7 bankruptcy on him, and that's not an option anymore. So that kind of sucks. At least until they find this exorciser, this nin exorciser, and take her out. This I think is a her. It could be a dude. I don't know. 100, you don't got no breasts, you're a dude. That's just how it works. But back to the king and his Game of Thrones. The king is he's actually getting frustrated. This little girl is besting him every which way. They've been playing all night long, and so far they have not made no progress. She's ready to go. She's a willing participant. She's in love with the game because king is like, okay, I'm ready to take a time out. Go ahead and go to bed. Yeah, come back later in the morning. And then she's like, nah, I can play for 3 days straight. It's nothing. This my game. I own this. And we find out that the Go player who was the champion, he's actually hung himself. So he committed suicide because he didn't want to face the terror of the king anymore. Which is understandable, man. This dude is playing on a lot of pressure, man. The king is laying on real thick. So how can a man really play at this top tier unless he what is that? Unless he thrives on pressure, which clearly he does not, since he's killed himself. And the king is laughing. He's laughing it up when he finds out this news. I think he's actually happy at this point because I think he wants to play some more Gogi and play a player worth his time, on his caliber. So they continue their game, and She Poof in the background is actually getting worried because the king has been unsuccessful. King is actually getting a little frustrated, and the king is tasting the bitterness of defeat for the first time, and it doesn't taste very good. But I think this is a good thing though, because actually you get more development from losing than you do from winning. Because like the winner, what happens when you win? Your tactics work and you keep going on using the same tactics and strategies. But loser, you find out that the strategy that you're using does not work, so you have to reevaluate yourself, and you also gain some new abilities on top of what you already had. So the loser actually learns more than the winner. But that only applies to games, not in these fights, because the loser in this one dies, and what can you learn after death? Nothing. But overall, that's the end of the episode, people. I liked it because like the king is facing a situation where he can't muscle his way out of, which I like. He's going to be conflicted next episode, and I can't wait to see that happen. I don't know how he deals with defeat, something that he can't win with his own power. So we'll have to see how that goes. And Morel's in a life or death situation. I don't know what the condition is, what happens after these 8 hours expire, what's going to happen to Morel, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be good. So hit the like button if you like what you saw. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more of me and my channel. Alright, this is Anime Station, out of here.